Hi everyone and welcome back to yet another video where I am going to share my experience of my trek to Meesapulimala, which is the second highest peak of the Western Ghats. This is a guided trek organized by Kerala Forest Development Corporation or Kfdc, and you would have already figured out how I reserved my spot for the trek from the beginning of this video. You can also call KFDC's office directly and make your reservation as well. As you see, I have reached Munnar town now and I am supposed to be reporting to KFDC office by 2:30 in the afternoon. This is the road that takes you to the office, which is less than a couple of kilometers. As you reach their office, you are welcomed by the scenic botanical garden, which is also one of the best tourist spots in Munnar. The garden is so beautiful that you can easily spend an hour here. Please allow me to throw a B-roll at you. Okay, now you must be wondering why I am traveling in a jeep. There are two options to reach the base camp, which is 18 kilometers from the KFDC office. Obviously, the first option is to take your own vehicle at your own risk. The other option is to hire a jeep. Hiring a jeep will cost you Rs 3,500 for the entire trip. You can hire the jeep for yourself or share with others who are willing to. Luckily, I found two other guys who agreed to share the jeep with me. We became quick friends, and that's the best part of traveling solo. You are more likely to meet interesting people. Halfway through, we took a small break where we could see the mighty Meesapulimala clearly. This is the peak we will be conquering tomorrow morning. Just a piece of advice from my experience, I would recommend you hire the jeep for two reasons. Number one, the worsening roads wouldn't let you enjoy the scenic landscapes. And number two, when you encounter a situation like this. Somehow we managed to circumnavigate this one thanks to the driver and the help from the locals. We reached the base camp by dusk and the air was already beginning to feel colder. I will talk about the tents and infrastructure in the later part of the video. Because of the remote location, there was no cell connectivity and electricity was in limited supply. While we enjoyed the campfire, a very basic dinner was served, which included steaming ghee rice, chapatis, dal, chicken curry, cut fruits and pickle. The staffs were very friendly and polite. The night sky was crystal clear and we didn't squander the opportunity of taking some pictures. It was also getting extremely cold as the temperature dropped to single digit. So the next day at the break of dawn we reached Rhodovalley to witness an amazing sunrise. It was also one of the windiest days. After the sunrise, our guide briefed us about the do's and don'ts of this trek. The entire trek is around 8 kilometers up and down, and it takes to cover 8 hills to reach the top, and given the strong headwinds, it looked like a daunting task. A couple of them even backed off, but majority of us were determined to do the trek. We started off slowly, breathing the fresh air, battling the stiff headwinds, and most importantly, enjoying the pursuit. The wind was at times getting very strong, slowing us down. Let me share the raw footage so that you can get a better understanding of the situation. After more than 90 minutes of trekking, we were almost there on top of Meesapulimala. From the southwest, this peak will look like a tiger with prominent whiskers or a mustache, and hence the name Meesapulimala. Within moments after reaching the top, we were surrounded by mist. We started our trek around 6:30 in the morning and we reached the top by around 8:30. We were given half an hour to spend time here, after which we will have to return. Not the same way we came up, but another way which is supposed to be less strenuous.
ഇനി ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് കുറവായിരിക്കും അല്ലേ, എഫേർട്ട് കുറവായിരിക്കുമല്ലോ അല്ലേ?
The mist lingered around as we descended, which was breathtaking to see. On our way back, we were lucky to catch a glimpse of the smooth green snake, supposed to be non-poisonous, some blackberries and of course the rhododendron flowers. Rhodovalley is named after this flower. As the trek came to an end, there was a lot of emotions running in my head. Until day before yesterday evening, I had never imagined that I would undertake this trek, which I have been longing despite being so conveniently close to my home. I am glad that I undertook this trek now. I feel a sense of achievement for sure, but more than that I feel this sense of attachment or belonging to these beautiful elements of nature which I am kept away from. But I am sure we all shared that very important feeling which only grew intense as the trek came to an end. I am talking about the feeling of hunger. A nice traditional breakfast was waiting for us, which we gobbled up gracefully and of course with some finishing touches. Later we headed back to the base camp. Now talking about the base camp, the tents are spacious, kept very clean and tidy, and also comes with a sleeping bag. The restroom facilities are decent enough. If you think the tents may not be for you, you can check out Rhodo Mansion, which is slightly pricier. So that's all folks. I bid goodbye to my new friends and promise to stay in touch with them. A big shout out to the two guides who ensured we completed the trek safely. And thus we come to the end of this video. See you in the next one.